everyone. Today we're going to be making the mock sweet potato casserole. It's basically using cauliflower and pumpkin. It's going to be for Thanksgiving. I have already cooked my cauliflower. I've got it in the food processor. You start out with 3 cups of cauliflower. So you put it in the processor and you're going to blend it until it's smooth. Well, hold on a minute. A little technical difficulty right here. Check it. We're going to have to stir it some. You can see it's coming out creamy. Alright, that's done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take it out of the food processor. We're going to add it in the mixing bowl. Okay. Like I said, it's 3 cups. I'm going to measure it out just to make sure, because we don't want to have it off. And what I don't use, if I have any extra, well, you know, is some cauliflower mashed potatoes y'all have heard me talk about that are absolutely divine. And I can tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and dump this because I can tell by looking at it and looking at my measuring cup, it's probably 2 cups left, so that's going to be the 3 cups that the recipe calls for. This was 1 head of cauliflower, so that'll give you an idea of what it will yield. You know, a nice size head of cauliflower will yield about 3 cups. Okay? Alright, so, got the cauliflower in there, pardon the turn. I've already got my pumpkin. Okay, the recipe calls for 1 cup. I'm putting 2 cups in because I love pumpkin, and of course we really want that sweet potato flavor. Okay, and then pardon me as I read from my recipe, we're going to add 2 eggs that are beaten. I've already beaten the eggs, and as y'all all know, they're farm fresh eggs from my hens out back. It calls for 1 cup of almond, or excuse me, a half a cup of almond milk. I use unsweetened. It calls for a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then a 1/3 cup of melted butter. And then we're going to put it in the baking dish. And then I'll show you how to make the topping that'll go with it and go on the top. There's nothing missing in this. I mean, I've already made it this week. I've already made this once this week, and it lasted about 3 days, I believe. We all dug in, dived in. My son could not believe that it was cauliflower and pumpkin. He thought it was sweet potato because he's a sweet potato freak. Okay, so you can see it's mixed all in here. I've mixed all the ingredients. We're going to add it to the casserole dish to bake it in the oven. You're going to bake it at 350. Going to bake for about 30 or 45 minutes. Just make sure it's stirred up good. Okay. Alright, now we're going to make the topping. The topping is a half a cup of sugar. Now here's what I use. Oh, I forgot my sugar. Holy cow. Alright, another little technical difficulty there. Just bear with me, but we'll fix it real quick. I forgot the cinnamon. I've got cinnamon. I've got the coconut sugar. I use coconut sugar in this because it gives it that brown sugar taste. but it doesn't spike your blood sugar. I'm a little unprepared tonight, as you can see, but we'll get it fixed real quick. But anyway, what I'm getting ready to add, it's a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's a half a teaspoon of allspice, a half a teaspoon of ground cloves, a half a teaspoon of, let's see, allspice, cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay, so here it goes. It's all mixed in there. We're going to dump it in there, put it back in the blender, the mixer. And then we'll put it in the dish to bake it in the oven. It takes no time. And it smells divine. When you add all those spices, that's what gives it that pumpkin, Christmassy, Thanksgiving smell, taste, you name it. I'm just going to stir it up a little bit more in here to make sure it gets in there good. Yeah. Because this is a little bit deeper than that casserole dish. Yeah, when I made it the other day, what we realized was the recipe that I'd found on the internet didn't have any cinnamon, no nutmeg, none of that in it. And I'm like, wait a minute, you can't make a sweet potato casserole without that. So I used the normal sweet potato casserole recipe and added this to it so that we can get the right flavor, get all those pops from the spices so that it does taste like the holiday, tastes like Thanksgiving. Yep. Okay, so there we go. That was an easy little fix. Only thing is my bowl's not real pretty right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, so now we're going to pop over here. We've got in here, we've got a half a cup of almond flour. We've got a half a cup of the coconut sugar. And then we're going to add in a cup of the pecans. And then we're going to add in a third of a cup of butter. We're going to mix this all together, and then this is the topping that will go on the top of the sweet potato, or the pumpkin and the cauliflower. So I'm just mixing this up, and then we'll just crumble it and sprinkle it around on the top, and then we're going to bake it in the oven for 30 to 45 minutes on 350. But as you can see, that's all it is. It's just, you know, it's a crumbled, sugary topping, just like if you had some candied pecans. Let me see if I can make that look pretty. We're just going to take it and sprinkle it around here on the top. Like I said, we'll bake it in the oven 30 to 45 minutes on the 350. We'll take it out, taste it. Okay. Looks like sweet potato casserole. We'll be back in a few. Alright, it's out of the oven. It's been about 30-35 minutes. I wish y'all could smell it. Oh my gosh, it's going to be delish. I'm going to go ahead and take a little spoon. You can see right there, it looks just like some sweet potato. Golly, the pecans on the top with the almond flour and the coconut sugar are just like some candied pecans. So, stay tuned. Also here is the Cool Whip that I told you about. Instead of your marshmallows, put your dollop of Cool Whip on there. Let's see what that tastes like. Oh God, that's heaven. Who needs marshmallows? Stay tuned for the next video.